Today Africa Podcast is a podcast series where we interview African entrepreneurs and professionals and share the stories behind their businesses. In each interview, we ask how they got started, how they grew, and how they run their business today. The stories are inspiring and also provide specific advice and insight into starting a business. By sharing these stories, we want to help others get started.
Welcome back to Today Africa podcast coming to you from Today Africa Studios. Don't forget to follow, share, and like our content on social media, and equally head over to YouTube and subscribe to our YouTube channel at Today Africa Studios. Joining with me today is Faith. She's the founder of Royalpriss Hair Hub based here in Nigeria. Faith, you're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Today Africa. I'm super excited to be here.
We call you the Hair Queen.
Yes.
We want you to tell us more about yourself and why you are called the Hair Queen.
Oh, thank you. So my name is God's Faithfulness, which faith is just part of my name. My name is God's Faithfulness, Ariremako, and I'm passionate about hair care. And it started when I wanted to regrow my hair. While I was growing up, I grew up from a Christian family. That's the literal word is HSU. So we had the rules of your virgin hair, virgin hair, virgin hair. So it went on and like that, but somehow along the line, my mom retouched her hair because her hair was seriously hard, and I was so concerned. So one day, I just told my mom. My mom wanted to help me walk through my hair because most times my mommy was also the one that work with my hair, style it. She wanted to work on it this very day, and my hair was very thick because there's one thing about natural hair. When you wash it and you don't use or put it in a protective style, it becomes very, very hard. So that day, I wasn't even aware of that. So my hair was hard. I've left it for 5 days, and she was very angry. She tried to comb it through. The comb was, the comb was, removing from my hair. And later on, when she tried it, the comb just broke. She tried another one. It broke the second time. She was hungry. So she told me to go and buy UB. There's this relaxer called UB, and relaxed my hair. And I felt so sad for one reason or the other. I just cut my hair afterwards. After she was done, they took me to the salonist that helped me. After they were done, I wasn't happy. I felt like this is not my identity. It's more like me being an African lady. Something else is now trying to divert and change my. I said, no, this is not my identity. I'm not going to allow it to go like that. So I cut my hair, and it went on and on like that for over 4 years. So when I resumed back to school, which is my university, when I got admission to school, I wanted to grow my hair. However, because in university you want to do different styles, so I was interested in those styles. So I said, "You see this hair? I'm doing it. And I want it to grow so fast." So it went on and on and on, and I was looking for different ways. I tried different products, but because I didn't understand the basics of my hair, I needed to understand it. So it took me time trying different product that does not work with my hair. It might work for others, they give testimony, but for me, somehow I just find it hard. So fast forward to 2020, during Corona period, I was in my room reading books, and Holy Spirit told me that, how about mixing this and this to your hair, and let's see the result. And I was like, that's nice. Oh, I just went to one herbal store very close to us, all those people that does these local herbs. So I just asked her, do you have this specific thing? She said yes. I said, okay. I collected it and I added it to shea butter. And I said, this thing is not good enough. So I did my personal research. It took me months for me to now finally understand my hair. So when I did, I created products for my friends while I was resuming back to school. I told them to use it. And in few weeks, they were coming back to tell me that, this is your product work though. This is my residing hairline that is going back. I can see the result. Please help me make another one. They started referring me to other people. My school was is not my university is not that big, so news easily fly around. So that was how everybody in the hostel was reaching out to me. Please, I need this product. I said, I don't know that there is money in this business. I just did it for fun. So before I knew it, I just said, okay, what brand name can I give myself? I have a business name, so I need a brand name. So I came to LinkedIn about maybe 6 years ago, and I was looking. I saw everybody doing their own, and I said, the Bible has already told us. I'm sorry, but I'm a Christian, and I carry that influence everywhere. So I know the Bible has told us that we should dominate, and anybody that is dominating over a sphere of influence, a sphere of influence is called a queen. So I thought, okay, hair plus queen. That makes sense. So that's how I started using the name. And people were like, oh, hair queen, hair queen. And even through me, people have started, using something like that. I met somebody that said her name is Hair God. I was like, wow, I like the initiatives of people. So that is how I came about the name Hair Queen, because I feel like I am dominating the hair world, the that sphere of influence.
From what you said, you have already told us the inspiration, what inspired you into going into this. And let's talk about your business, the Royal Press Hair Hub. Tell us everything about it, services and your products that you are offering as a businesswoman.
Okay. As a business owner, I do a lot, but Royal Priest Hair Hub is basically there to help women, and later on we would diversify. But let me say, to help both the women and men to build their confidence. One, to also have a healthy hair, because many people are not interested in you having a healthy hair. They are interested in selling their products. They mix different things that in the long run it would affect, or it affects their clients. But for us at Royal Praise, we are particularly interested in how every of our customer feels, patronizing us, working with us. So that's the major mission. And our plan is to be in, every state in Nigeria. We want that presence so that we'd be able to serve the African communities. Later on, God can help us, to spread into the nations of the world. But for now, we are interested in helping African women build their confidence and become a better person, and even look at themselves and say, God, you did try. You created me. You created me with the best hair, and I'm proud to flaunt it anywhere, anytime, without having to cover it or use any other African or any other product, that can affect their hair. But services, I offer different services, but one of them is a personalized hair care consultation, because everybody has a different hair. Some people have the 4C hair, some people have the 4B hair, some people have coily hairs. We just have hairs in diversity. So the product that works for A might not work for B. So before I recommend products to people, I want to know, what hair do you have? Together, we would sit down, we would run a test on your hair to see, okay, this product work. Does your hair absorb water, or it repels water? Then this product would work for you. This would not work for you. So that is what I do. I call it a personalized or a tailored consultation to help them select the best product for them. Aside from that, I also train people that are interested in going into the air business, those that are, that needs guidance. I help them through with that.
You have your own products.
Would you want me to talk about it, or I should show them on the camera?
No, anyone talk about it, show them. And
All right, my brother will bring them shortly. But before he does, I have my product in different ranges. I have the shampoo, I have the conditioner, I have the hair oil. This product, let me start from the shampoo. This shampoo was made with love. But I would also say was also made with nature. It was I didn't just pick any chemical out there. I was very, very specific about what these products will do for them. So this shampoo was made with herbs. It was made from natural soaps that would help people and retain their oil. Because if you use random shampoos anywhere, it will strain you of your hair oil, and at the end of the day, it will leave your hair dry. So naturally, we have people that have dry hair. So imagine you now use a product that will now still dry your hair, in a very, very weird way. We have our hair oils. This is it. It is packaged, and this hair
Okay.
oil, it is called the catalyst oil. Maybe for people that are on the go, that don't have time, that don't want to start doing this. This one helps, and it helps to speed up the growth rate of your hair. We have the hair cream. They are just in different packages. This one helps your hair to be soft and thick. So some people that have very hard hair, these products were just created out of every of my struggle. So anybody that is struggling with maybe a very hard hair I can always recommend this kind of product to them to make their hair soft. And people that also want to grow a thick hair, these also work. I spoke about the shampoo, and this is it. It
Okay.
works perfect for anybody that wants to wash their hair, and it's not limited to only women. I gave my some of my male friends the shampoo and the oil. So it's not
Okay.
limited to the female gender alone.
I was thinking that you forgot the men, we the men. Maybe you are only interested in serving the women, but thank God you have said that the men are equally included. I've taken you to court that you're offering such service and you are not including men, but
Mm.
you are lucky. You started your business while in school. I'm curious to know how you were able to handle your business and your academics at the same time. Doing business and equally being a student.
Okay, I wouldn't come here and say, "Oh, I'm a very organized person as such." But one thing I usually do is that when I go to during holidays, every money that I've made, or when I started the business, I had capital. My dad gave me money to start, and I had some little money that I added to it. So I usually take enough products to school. So when people just come around, I need your product, I just hand it over to them. When it comes to the marketing, during classes, during breaks, I just tell them, see your hair, that your bad hair, you need my product too. So I was marketing my products in a way that would make them interested. So it wasn't that I gave my business full-time attention and my business and my academics was suffering. God helped me to be able to balance both of them, and my business wasn't time demanding as at when I started, because I just make my product, give it to people when they need consultations. They come in the evening. So I have enough time with me. And during my time in school, we don't cook. So I don't have, I have enough time in the evenings. So I didn't have to suffer with
Okay. So let's talk about your challenges. Everything we do here on earth is filled with challenges. So what were the challenges that you faced in the beginning of starting your business and how did you overcome them?
Hmm. That's a very, very thick question, because contrary to me studying while I was in school, I studied accounting. But what you study in school many times is different from the real life. So one of the things I struggled with is accounting for my products, accounting for how I spent the money. When the money comes in, I can just say, I'm hungry, let me buy food, let me get this, without actually having to remove my profits, the real money. So I struggled with spending my profits plus my capital. So it was later on that I noticed that my business was suffering, and I had to now sit down and understand the business of accounting. So that's one of the major issue I struggled with. I must say that I struggled with marketing, and I'm still learning. I'm still learning on the go. I'm not there yet, but marketing my product immediately after I left school was a struggle for me because my like I mentioned earlier, my school isn't or wasn't very big. So we literally know everybody. So my products was like the popular. I didn't have a competition in the school. So anybody needs products and their go-to person. But when I left the school environment and I'm home, nobody buys from me. It's just my friend, my schoolmates that believes in me. So after I left school, I graduated. I kept wondering, how can I sustain this business? I must say that it was for about 1 year, 2 years, even after I graduated school, I didn't get sales. It was that worse. It's just from people that knows me, and when I reach out to them, they say, "Oh, they where they are is far, and the money for delivery, blah blah blah." So I would say I struggled with marketing, and I would, like I said, aside from the business of accounting, I struggled with pricing my products because I wanted to be nice. I didn't want them to say, "Oh, your product is expensive. I'm not going to get from you." I just wanted to give it out. I want you to see what it does. And it was hurting the business. So I learned that in a hard way. I learned that in a hard way. And now I do better with these things.
What strategy have you used to market your product and to equally attract and retain your customers?
Okay, first of it is the strategy is creating an experience for my customers. When somebody reach out to me, I want a product. I'll not just tell you get this product. I want to meet with you. I want to understand your problems, and I want to recommend the right solutions. So when I do that to them, they're surprised. Oh, you're having it my time. I just wanted to get this product. So giving them that experience, I could have easily sold this oil without packing it for them. But no, each of my products comes with a special package and how to use guide. Even this oil, if anybody is getting the oil, it comes with a how to use guide and a way of appreciating them. It comes with a how to use guide and how to for them to so that they are not left stranded. So like I mentioned, the number one thing I do is to give them that experience to keep wanting more. And also, another thing that I did was I used my WhatsApp status a lot to sell because those are people that believes in me. They know me from school. They've used my products, words of mouth. So my WhatsApp status talks about my products every now and then. When I'm losing my hair, I show them how bulky it is. I comb it, and everybody, oh, your hair is soft. I say, come on, buy products so that you can get that softness. So I use my WhatsApp status. I'm looking into using using hearts, but that would be later into the month or next month. I'm looking to expanding my business by using hearts so that I can get new customers that are actually interested in my products.
The space you are into is one that have generated a lot of controversies. Hair products and skin products, they are all classified under one space. Like you said, some of your product helps people to have soft and thick hair and all those things. So are you able to balance that promises that you're giving to your customers and equally making sure that your products don't have side effects on the
Okay.
users?
I'll start from the side effects. My products are purely herbal. I don't use they are purely natural. I make them with natural things from
Okay.
our local materials. Everything there is no um nothing there that is harmful to the health. Now, coming back to the question of balancing people's hair. That's why before anybody buy my products, if it's not a returning customer, I want to have a consultation with them because my product is not a product that works for all. It doesn't work for everybody. It works for a particular set of people that it was created for. The people in the between the 4A and 4C hair. people that are struggling with maybe rent retention, struggling with this. So if somebody comes to me and say, okay, this is my struggle, maybe they are saying, oh, I'm struggling with my hair cutting every time. I'll say, okay, at this moment, I don't have a product, but I can create a product that works for you. If they are interested, I go ahead to do that. I know that over time, when God has blessed us, we would now have range of products that people with different maybe issues can easily walk into the store and pick what works for them. But at the moment, we don't the current product I have does not work for all. So that's why I'm interested in knowing what you're currently facing and I'll help through. And people that help to redistribute my products, I also encourage them that before you sell the product, have a conversation with them, refer them to me, let me speak to them, let me talk to them. Then before we sell, we are in as much as we are trying to, to sell our product, we're also interested in the experience that they get so that they can become a loyal a loyal customer and also a returning customer.
You are a businesswoman, and in Nigeria, there are some compliances that every business niches in Nigeria must adhere to. So, is your business adhering to the compliances of your own industry here in Nigeria? Because that's what
Ah,
people build trust.
yes, yes. Thank you. Yes, my business does. And we do that. When I'm producing my products, I ensure that everything is done in the right way because I'm not, I can't face the law. I can't. So, yes.
The Nigerian economy is seriously affecting businesses, more especially those that are in the manufacturing space like yourself. So, how has the Nigerian economy impacted your business and equally your decision as a business owner?
Ha. Hmm. In Nigeria, that's okay. So when I started my business, I started with a very little amount of money, and that was around 2020. Maybe everything I needed was around 20,000. But I must say that if I want to do the same size of products I did in 2020, I'm going to be using times 10 of that amount. I went to the market and I wanted to get the same thing I started with, and I was spending over 200,000 just for the same thing. So it has really affected the pricing, but I ensure that it never affects the quality that I give to my clients. So if you want something good, you pay for it.
Like you said, you have people that helps you in the distribution, and I believe that you have grown to a certain stage in your entrepreneurial journey. So, how are you able to build your team or people into your business that helps in the smooth running of your business?
Okay, I would say that having the right cycle of people, because when I started business, like I said, I started it based on my passion. And in the words of ChatGPT, you would say you started on vibes. So I started it because I had passion. I had passion for hair care. But I wasn't interested. But I had my circle of friends. I had somebody as a then who was a marketing specialist. And one day he called me and said, business is not done this way. Do this, do this, do this. And through my friends' advice, I was able to build my business to where it is at the moment, and um get the result I'm getting. So first of all, I would say have the right circle of people because as a small business owner, you cannot pay everybody, you cannot pay every specialist out there because you don't have the money. But when you have the right circle of people that can guide you through every stage, it becomes very easy, very easy.
How is your business doing today, and what does the future look like?
Okay, my I would say my business is doing relatively well, and the future, I see it turning into a generational business, not just a business that after I die, the business dies. It becomes a product that everybody wants to associate with, just like the Vicky James brand. The bride wants to because of the name. because of the name that she has, because of the legacy that she has built. So I see Royal Priest doing something like that, building a legacy that people can relate with and would want to relate with.
How do you plan to build a legacy and equally make it a generational business whereby the business keeps moving on?
Mm.
So how do you plan to achieve that?
Yeah, the first is having the right strategy, registering the business in the right way. Because if you are thinking that, oh, you are building a generational business, but you are using a business name instead of using limited, and co, it would have effects in the future. So registering the business right, having strategies that works, and maintaining the quality of the product in the long run.
What are some key lessons that you have learned in your journey as an entrepreneur, as a businesswoman?
I think one of them is patience. Patience, because you cannot grow your business overnight. When you start the business, we always have the intention of I will blow, have money by the end of this thing. But running a business, you have to be patient because there are days when you are excited when you sell well. There are days when things are bad, and it can go on to month after month, and you're just there crying and believing in God. So one thing that business has taught me is patience and consistency. If you're not consistent, people will forget about you. So, and passion is great, but structure sustains every business. You can have passion for business, but if you don't have the right structure for marketing, right structure for the money that comes in, it will fail, it will break. And also in business, I've also learned not to assume. Track numbers, track those numbers, all those 10 error that those banks are deducting, track it, because it will have effects in the future. And for you to start as a business owner, don't wait for everything to be perfect, because nothing is ever perfect. There would always be lapses. So don't wait for everything to be perfect. And also, like I mentioned, learn to build relationships, because the people that you relate with, I'm very bad with maintaining relationships, to be honest. Because I'm not really an outspoken person, but business has taught me to be a bit flexible, irrespective of my nature. I need to be flexible if I want to stay there, if I want to stay on top of my game. I need to be flexible and maintain relationships, healthy ones.
So what advice would you give to others, more especially women who wants to start their business?
Okay, I will tell them to pause. Take a pause before you start that business. Pause, rest. This thing that you're going to I into, is it as a result of passion or because you just want to make money? Urgent to K. If they say no, I would tell them, okay, start small. You have to stay consistent if you want to grow, and you have to build quality relationship, because business is not actually about selling. We have people that sells but they are not relevant. It's about being relevant. It's about staying on top of your game and people knowing you. Imagine the famous people that we know today. If they've not been consistent, nobody will know them. We have, we have movie makers. I'm sure you must have heard of this Odogun Parara. It's not his first movie that made him blow. He has been making movie for a while, but because he was consistent, he stayed on it, and one day he hit it. So the same thing is for business. Start small, stay consistent, and one day you will hit it. So that's my advice to them.
Today Africa Podcast is a podcast series where we interview African entrepreneurs and professionals and share the stories behind their businesses. In each interview, we ask how they got started, how they grew, and how they run their business today. The stories are inspiring and also provide specific advice and insight into starting a business. By sharing these stories, we want to help others get started.